Boaz is not coming to save you. And newsflash, it's not about you finding your Boaz anyway. It's more about you reflecting the heart of the God behind the scenes that connects Boaz and Ruth together. This is something that so many people in the body miss completely. And without necessarily giving you a whole Bible study on the book of Ruth, I find it interesting as I've walked many clients through this book just as references, but more importantly, a different layer and level of insight that maybe they aren't used to when it comes to thinking of this book, is that instead of coming into it thinking it's about to be your next rom-com, or thinking it's about to be the thing that you just get to read through and try to find all the specific nuanced details about Boaz to try to fit somebody in that you want to be your Boaz, but doesn't have the capacity or character to reflect the heart that Boaz has on him, that is really the heart of Christ. Yeah, it just causes you to go into this mental loop of constantly running, hurrying, chasing, moving with force, moving with that instead of moving in power. And I think one of the things that that book really teaches, without, again, going into a whole Bible study, is that the heart of God that is shown in the text that Boaz reflects is one, yes, that's filled with kindness, filled with generosity, him being a kinsman redeemer, ultimately reflecting the heart of Christ who would redeem humanity. Humanity reflecting more Ruth and Naomi, who were Moabites, widows, who were literally less than dirt. Like, this is a beautiful story of redemption. It's a beautiful story of restoration, of love. But it's also such a beautiful story that opens up the pathways of security, that opens up the pathways of us being able to see how secure the heart of God actually makes us when we choose to walk in it, because this gives us a layer and level of fulfillment that allows us to live in abundance, generosity, and not just be able to give it, but to also have the heart posture to receive it. And I think a lot of you are looking for a specific type of person to fit the characteristics of a Boaz, not realizing that not only can he not be Boaz, but you already should be walking in the one who ultimately embodies Boaz, which is Christ. Because in that, you have the security and fulfillment that gives you the heart posture of not just being willing to wait for the right one, taking all the no's for the one right yes, but also being able to be stable and whole within yourself, regardless if marriage comes now or later, and especially not having to engage in love at the cost of losing yourself. And I just think that's a beautiful picture, because I think when you walk into the fullness that redemption really gives you, you're not chasing, performing, or moving with force. You're moving with power. And that's a huge transformative perspective that I think unlocks a lot for you. But what limits you from being able to experience that, embody that, live that out, is because of all of the lack and scarcity that your nervous system is used to receiving and used to moving in. And I think in a lot of ways, just your limited view on not just that passage, but also your limited beliefs and view on what love really is and what love could really be for your life. That isn't only just about what you give, but also contingent upon how you receive said love that could be given to you. Because you're looking for Boaz and you're probably not even prepared for him. And that's the sad thing, because there's a lot of you who are trying to force people to be this thing, be this kind of person, when really they don't even have the capacity to reflect such character. And plus, Boaz wasn't designed to save your life. He just wasn't. And I think putting that kind of pressure on somebody is actually what's causing you to go more crazy than anything. So yeah, reflect the heart of God that's exposed in that chapter, in those chapters, in those verses, in that book, because that is actually what is going to give you the capacity and fulfillment to move in the layers and depthness that you see Boaz moving in, that you see ultimately Ruth move in at one point, that allows you to actually experience what fulfillment and security at its core really looks like, that starts at wholeness and starts with redemption. I hope this made sense. If it did, type "caught it" in the comment section below. Follow for more as we continue navigating through healing and doing relationships the right way. We start just doing healing work on ourselves first, which helps us realize that what's costing you More than anything, in a lot of the relationships that you have yet to experience or wish to experience, is not so much your inability to find your Boaz, but really the wrongful expectation to find someone to match Boaz. Because in reality, Boaz wasn't designed to save you. You've already been saved. It's more so about you reflecting the heart of the God behind the scenes in said book that actually can create a sense of fulfillment and security in you that lasts beyond marriage. So you don't find yourself rushing and hurrying, choosing out of lack and desperation, but allowing yourself to be in process and in connection, knowing you're already as whole and full as you'll ever be.